10 generations removed from the original victim, and any descendant of a former slave could only state a derivative claim for injuries rather than one personal to themselves. Now, Christopher might push back here and say, well, okay, analogies are but approximations by definition, and aren't derivative claims still valid? After all, if you pinch my motor car and I die before it can be reclaimed, my son, who inherits everything, becomes the owner. And you wouldn't get very far with the judge in saying, well, I didn't steal it from him. It doesn't matter, right? The black Americans of the past have...
My name is Emma Jimenez, and I am a proud American, and I'm Latina. I was being told that this country doesn't like me, that I was going to be thrown in a cage.
Women are completely dominating America. We get more college degrees.
For children, all those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
I'd like to start off by noticing that as each speaker gets up here, this speaker then goes ahead and answers, and his supporters go ahead and respond. I'd like to start off by asking people that have the courage to stand up against this stage.
You're certainly welcome to applaud anybody you like. I take no responsibility for who applauds for what.
Well, you haven't given them space. That was my point. But I do have questions here. What I was saying is the structure here has been very specifically designed to go ahead and to support a particular point of view.
Could you give an example of that? Because here's what I think happens. People come up and ask me a question, and then I give them an answer, and then somebody else comes up and asks me a question, and then I give them a different answer. Could you please show me the nefarious and unfair structure of that Q&A?
I'll be happy to, because after their last comment, you get a chance to comment, and your supporters go ahead and applaud. When the speaker is then going ahead and when the person from the audience is talking, you immediately talk afterwards, and there's no space.
Yes, that's true, because they're asking me a question, because I'm the speaker and they're the ones asking the question.
Exactly.
Right. So I guess they can go.
I don't even know where to start, but I will try. You talk about what makes America. There's plenty of things in this country that are a huge problem, and there's plenty of things in this country that are very good. One of the best things about this country is that as each culture comes in, we're able to go ahead and look at that culture and take on the best things from that culture. America is not a English-only culture. We have taken on from all different cultures, and it's the strength of...
Back to assimilation, and I said it's a beautiful thing in this country that you can't look at someone and tell who's the American and who isn't. I said the exact same line that you just said.
But you seem to imply that when people come in...
Well, you know what they say happens when you assume.
White man killed 8 people in Atlanta, 6 of them were Asian. 2 are white, neither did he say. But the Biden administration decided this was a hate crime against Asian Americans. Never mind the white and Hispanic, and this was just fly.
This is hate crime against Asian Americans. You're going to attack, harass, blame, and scapegoat. But this doesn't work. So many.
start.
Warning. Censorship. Warning. Censorship.
We don't need more government assistance. We don't need more handouts or loans or put ourselves more in debt. We need our customers back in order to survive. We were not going to survive this last restriction that was put on us. I moved here in '94. I grew up in Poland. I was touched by communism firsthand. I knew in March of 2020 that something just doesn't seem right. And I know what's coming. I know the danger. I know my family lived it. I've lived it. I don't have a business myself. I have not been financially affected. I'm here to support everybody else that has. Because everybody is essential. And if we don't stand up now, it's going to be too late. This is our last chance at this.
Drea Humphrey here with Rebel News, standing in Yaletown. Behind me are at least 1,000 people who are against the recent restrictions on businesses in British Columbia, and they say enough is enough. Now, we marched with these people, we stood with these people, we heard their message, and now you can too. All right, I'm here with one of the organizers of Save Small Business BC, NAB, or Coach NAB. Why are all these people here today?
You know what, Bonnie Henry, she imposed these restrictions on us at midnight. So we all woke up Tuesday morning angry. You know, all these small businesses are suffering for nothing, almost nothing. All of these people have had minimal to zero cases. It's hard, especially for the restaurant owners who have, they've invested so much and then being told at midnight that they can't operate for St. Patrick's Day or for New Year's Eve or for the long weekend. I mean,
Alright everyone, it's time to talk about being an ex or former Satanist. I can't say...
Goodness gracious, here's a video over on the internet right now that shows that Alex Jones, the radio host, is doing possibly a better job at catching illegal aliens than catching and bringing to consequence illegal aliens than Joe Biden is. This video, I don't really know. Take a listen to this video, and then I would be curious to know what you think about it. This video of Alex Jones walking around with the camera crew allegedly catches some staffer for some organization loading a bunch of foreign children into the back of an SUV. Take a listen.
Where are you taking these kids? Where are you taking these kids? You have a car? Actually, let me go. How is this crazy? They got a bunch of kids on their car seat. You're violating Texas law. Who is this right here? Hey, yeah, no comment. You got this price tag. You're about to run a human being over. You got those children in there. Who are you? You got those small children illegally. Who are you? Sir, your seatbelt's already been on. Where are you taking these children? Sir, identify yourself. Who are you? I'll tell you right. Who do you work for? You part of this organization?
Alex Jones, first of all, one of the greatest broadcasters of our age. He says some things that are pretty out there, but as we'll see, some of the out there things he says actually turn out to be true. But I don't know, because I know that Alex Jones is a showman. So I don't know if this video is legit, if he actually caught them. It's kind of weird that he had the whole camera crew with him. But on the flip side of that, the video might be true. It might be real, because there are so many illegal aliens being pouring over the border right now, and people are looking the other way very often in our political class. So it seems weird that they're just packing these kids in the back of an SUV. They're not really in seats. They're just kind of flooding in there. What is it? I don't know. Was it staged, or is it just that there's lots of people crossing the border and Alex Jones is an effective communicator and called people's attention to it? I think it's undeniable that we have this problem with the border. The only reason that the video is plausible is because we all know that this is happening right now. So my instinct, when I see a big viral Alex Jones moment, whether it's a rant or it's something like this immigration issue, I usually think, okay, look, he's a showman, this is over the top, this can't be true. He said things that aren't true, this can't be true. And then, sometimes the liberal elites prove him right. They do. I don't even know if he was right at the time, but the liberal elites end up proving him right. A classic example of this is the gay frogs. Alex Jones famously said, they're turning the friggin' frogs gay. And everyone's like, how are they turning the frogs gay? And then it turns out there actually there's a study done by Yale and the EPA that some chemicals that were being poured into the water in Connecticut they were not turning the frogs gay. They were actually turning them trans. They were turning them hermaphroditic. If anything, Alex Jones was too reticent to describe what was going on.
That's the most common thing that elites do is blood transfusions. The Queen of England, the Queen Mother, Prince Charles, the Democrats,